I was just making sure it was recording. The only problem I have is you can see the light on my glasses. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to ThwakJak Productions. This is another reaction type video.
Yes.
Sorry I said that so slow.
We got our first, I don't know if you can call it like a glimpse, but it's kind of a cool little video that Zack Snyder dropped relating to the Justice League movie.
Yeah, and like when you watch it, like to me, it looks like it's going to be like the opening of the movie. That's what I get from it.
From what I saw, it kind of looks like it could also relate to the nightmare scene a little bit.
Yes.
Especially with one thing that I'll point out while we're watching it.
Okay.
So, it's not really anything that's like mind-blowing or new, but it's still kind of interesting to see.
It kind of sets the tone, I think. It's like it's like kind of a downer.
Yes.
Like just based like when you hear the music and stuff, it's kind of like a downer.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of get like the nightmare feel. Like it's like after them failing to put down Steppenwolf.
Okay.
And before, like right before the nightmare stuff. So
cool.
So yeah, let's get into it.
And before we start, I want to thank everyone who watched our past few videos. This is the first time we've done like, I don't know, as many videos as we did in the past few weeks.
Yes, and that Justice League reaction to the trailer was by far our best and most viewed video we've had. We had the most likes on it, most comments on it.
Most dislikes.
Really? I didn't even pay attention to that. But
yeah, we had like 4. I think it's cool.
Keeping the haters out of my mind. So.
Yeah.
It was definitely nice to see this get a little bit of a boost.
Especially... Yeah, I think we did that one right. Like as far as like when we dropped it. So hopefully this clip came out yesterday. So we'll see how this video does.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's play this motherfucker.
All right.
Can I cuss on the show?
For now.
Okay.
Till we get like monetized.
DC.
So you get the corner of a cube to start with, and then the mother box starts like doing its like digital lifting type thing that it did in the movies.
And also, you won't hear the song in this video because
we got
we're trying to get some clout.
Yeah. So we get Cyborg kind of like strapped to a wall.
Mm. And you kind of see like stuff relating to the character around them.
Yes, because now you got the gun, the pearl necklace, the
tomb,
the bat signal, and then you have Batman strapped to a pole, which is why I think it's more along the lines of the nightmare scene.
Yes. And this one, you got the Flash.
Yes.
The lightning bolt.
This one, I don't know how I feel about that specifically because it doesn't really feel super character driven.
It's kind of blank.
Like, it kind of makes me think of time travel.
Okay.
And then Aquaman's, it just seems like he's kind of living the life.
Yeah, Aquaman.
Like being the king of Atlantis.
A lot of tentacles. A lot of water. Hence the name.
And then, what is this one?
This is Superman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's the Jesus picture?
Yeah, the Zack Snyder the religious imagery.
The Superman Jesus pose. Like, that was the first thing I thought of when I saw it.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder Woman.
A lot of... you got a heart.
That one confused me a little bit, but...
You got helmets.
And I don't know what all the chains are about.
Did you see that picture Zack Snyder released of Wonder Woman?
No.
It was like back... I forgot which war she was in, but she was like holding 3 heads.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like...
People were complaining about it and shit. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Gal Gadot's?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, short clip.
Do you think that will have anything to do with Nightmare?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He really didn't like give too much like context about it. It was just he released on his Vero account that nobody goes to.
So, the one thing I will say with Zack Snyder that kind of bothers me is that Vero thing.
Yeah.
Because that is like super...
pretentious? He's trying to be different?
Not so much pretentious, but I think it's literally ran by the Russian mob.
Oh.
So it's just kind of like questionable morally. But like I've heard that rumor many times with that site.
Okay.
So yeah, back to the thing. It doesn't give us a whole lot of details, but I think it does show some like character stuff.
Yeah.
First thing we get obviously is Cyborg on the wall. Kind of looks like he's strapped to it. Has his laser coming out of his eye.
Looks like he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a whole lot more we can really dig from that, because the trailer itself has already shown us that he's going to be having a hard time.
Yeah.
He's going to lose his dad, and he's going to be a much darker character than we saw in the Joss Whedon
You do
version.
see a football helmet. I don't know if you caught that.
I don't think I did. I did catch during Wonder Woman's there was a gas mask right before the heart.
Yeah. There's a gas mask, a heart, another helmet of some sort.
Yeah, and then there was like a Templar shield, it almost looked like.
Yeah.
There's a lot to pick up on these little things, and then after that you have, with Batman, you have the...
That's the most like recognizable. He has the most recognizable stuff on his.
It's because we've seen his fucking thing like a million times, his origin, so we all know it. We can
His
go to
thing
sleep.
or his thing?
His thing.
Oh, his thing.
His origin story. We've seen it a million times, so
Yeah.
it's like you could almost like watch it in your, like, think of it in your sleep and know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and that's why one thing I'm looking forward to in the Robert Pattinson Batman is that we're not going to see his origin story.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive.
You know how many times we've heard that and we've still gotten like bits of origin?
Like, if you're gonna go off of year 2 of him being Batman, like, why even show the origins? Just start straight from there. I'm pretty sure they are.
I think if they show any of the origin, they should do it in that Gotham TV show on HBO Max.
Yeah, just leave it out of the movie, please.
Yeah. I mean, referencing it is fine because it's what makes Batman Batman.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to see it over
Like, do
and
it
over
how they
again.
did in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes, I was going to say the
Yeah.
same thing. Where we still don't know who or what Uncle Ben looked like.
Yeah. And it's not going to be Toby anymore.
Don't even say that. I will cry. That is like my dream.
Yeah. Imagine Toby and Marissa Tomei getting it on.
I could see them making some beautiful
Yeah.
kids. So then we have the Batman when we have the gun, the pearl necklace, the like mausoleum.
Yeah. It's just
And-
weighing on it.
Yeah, and then there's one more thing that I missed, and then we have the Batman spotlight.
Yeah, and then Batman looks like he's like tied to something like a pole or something.
Yeah, it looks like a pillar.
Yeah.
He almost looks like he's like being persecuted.
Why does it look like Batman is wearing a gimp suit? And the way he's posed, it looks all like sexual and shit.
It kind of does, but I honestly think that this might be representing, like, and I know I've already said it, the nightmare thing, but like in the movie, in Batman vs Superman, we saw Superman's goons capture Batman.
Yep, and the nightmare scene.
And I'm wondering if maybe he takes him out and like puts him on that as like a show.
It's kind of similar to like when he's like tied up and stuff. And
Yeah.
takes his mask off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So or maybe even just that, and
True.
it's just kind of like a little bit of a changed visual.
Yeah. He's just missing the trench coat.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And then moving on from there, we have the Flash's one, which, like we said, you get that like streak of lightning. That's the only thing that really signifies before you see.
Yeah, and
him.
there's not a whole lot around him like the other characters.
His is the most, I think, underdeveloped, but behind him it almost looks like there's a clock.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's on purpose too.
Yeah. So I think that's relating to the time travel element of this version of Justice League, which honestly gets me a lot more excited for the Flash. Like, I just felt he was really underdeveloped in the original version of Justice League, which
You
is...
see how much stuff they cut out.
Oh,
like,
dude, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the time.
Yeah.
There's literally 2 hours of unseen film. Maybe almost 2.5, it feels like.
Yeah.
Because you're getting rid of a lot of what Joss Whedon did.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're going to get a lot more character development from him, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I could not stand Ezra Miller's Flash. It felt disjointed and like it was jumping all over the place.
Like, you didn't get enough time to, like, live with him to really, like, build some sort of, like, relationship with him, I guess.
Yeah, and I think that's one reason people connected with Grant Gustin's Flash even more from the TV shows. You literally get 23 hours a year to watch character development. It's, I mean, not anymore. I think they've shortened it to either 20 or 21 episodes, and because of COVID, I think it's gone down to 13.
Okay.
So it's still so much more time for character development and driving a story forward, where in movies, you do almost the same story cut down to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I am interested to see what this 4-hour cut will bring for Ezra Miller's character.
For sure. And did we? This is like off topic, but did we talk about Jesus Joker in the last videos?
I think we talked about him a little. No, actually, because that Crown of Thorns didn't come out until after that.
Okay. So yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that'll be at the end of the video.
Yeah.
And then from Flash we go to Aquaman.
Yes.
And he almost looks like he's sitting on an octopus throne. Like
a pussy throne?
An octopusy throne? 007 reference.
Yeah, he looks like he's like out of everyone they've shown so far, he looks like he's having like a decent time.
Yeah. He looks like he's like literally ruling Atlantis and living the life and not really having much of a problem in that. If this is depicting the nightmare stuff, which based upon all things, like that's kind of where I'm going, like especially when you see the next one, which is Superman.
Yep.
He's alive. He's literally got his hands out almost like he's like on the cross.
Looks like he's coming out
yeah
of something, maybe the ground.
Yeah.
His black suit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
His hands are like outstretched, like he's like kind of like almost like a cult leader.
Space Jesus?
Yeah, Space Jesus.
Yeah. Not Luke Skywalker.
I was going to say, I thought we said that a couple episodes ago on
Superman.
But I really think it's because like he's worshipped by the people who have survived.
Yeah, that and like in Batman vs Superman, he's looked at as a god, especially with those Mexican people when he goes there and he like goes down and everyone's like bowing down and like reaching for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zack Snyder, he basically is like a Jesus type character.
Well, they've literally built monuments to him in this universe.
Yeah.
Like that one dude in Batman vs Superman like spray paints it like what false god or something like that.
I mean, it makes sense like in this universe, like people are complaining about it and stuff, but it makes sense with the kind of vibe he's going for.
The first few movies really let Zack Snyder paint the universe with his own brush and kind of made it his own to where while it may make some DC fans slightly irritated,
purists,
it is at least a consistent vision.
Yeah.
And
it was up until a certain point.
Up until
he got
Justice League.
Derailed.
Because even Aquaman kind of messed with it.
It did.
But Justice League really messed it up. Because the first Wonder Woman was fantastic with it. It was. It kept it in the realm of where he fit everything.
And the vibe for that first Wonder Woman movie too fit too, because it was during World War I, so it was a dark time anyways.
Yeah. So and plus he was a pretty big hand in that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he wrote the story.
Yeah.
He was the main guy behind the story.
So like, Jenkins. Them diverting from their original path because they got a little bit of bad press. That's my thing with Warner Brothers. They are so quick to change direction because something didn't work. How many times did something not work with the Avengers? Like the first two Avengers movies were arguably garbage.
Yeah.
And it literally was just them setting stuff up to get to a point. They never really like switched directions.
No.
They just kept progressing with their forward because A, it's Marvel, so everybody knew they were going to go to the theaters anyways.
Yeah.
The same way that people should have been like, yo, it's Batman and Superman, like just keep making the movies, people are going to show up.
Yeah.
Because arguably DC has more well-known characters. More
I'd say so. Like especially if you look at in the MCU the characters they're bringing out, like they're popular now, but at the time they had Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't popular.
Oh no,
Eternals is not really like huge yet.
No, nobody really knows who the Eternals are.
Yeah,
like
but
you
they
ask,
will.
Yeah, you ask the average person, and even most like super like comic book heads, they're not gonna even know who the Eternals are.
Yeah.
The same way, it's the same thing that happened with Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's why I'm saying like if they would have kept with this vision, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are like the three most memorable and marketable characters in comic books.
Yes.
Next to Spider-Man.
The Trinity.
Yeah. Spider-Man's like Spider-Man and maybe Hulk are like the two primary ones in Marvel in my opinion.
Yeah, because even Iron Man wasn't huge before his movie came out.
No, he was a B tops character. Yeah. Maybe a C in most cases. Like the primary A's you can just run across the board were before Marvel like broke big was Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and then you could throw Spider-Man in. He was like the one for Marvel.
Yeah, and maybe DC really didn't get the chance to really explore unknown characters yet.
Yeah,
because Marvel started out with lesser known characters. DC started with the known ones, and I think the one that maybe fits the unknown in a way is Shazam. That's probably the closest thing they got.
Yeah, I would agree. And I almost felt like half the reason they even did that was because of the Captain Marvel thing. Because they came out the same year, didn't they?
19? Yeah.
I think
19.
18, 19, something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, it was like, hey, we're both going to get our Captain Marvels on the screen. It was kind of just like it didn't feel necessary.
I prefer one to the other.
Oh, yes.
And one of the actors to the other.
I mean, that's not a question. I mean, if anybody is curious, Shazam was much better than Captain Marvel.
Yes.
I was like, if Damian says something else, he's a goddamn liar.
I mean, I will say Captain Marvel wasn't terrible.
No. It was better than... It was better than Ghost Rider.
I mean...
The second one.
Anything's better than Ghost Rider. Almost anything.
Daredevil?
Yes.
I actually wasn't expecting you to say this. I like Nicolas Cage. It's just, I don't know. We're getting off topic.
Yeah.
And then we go to the Wonder Woman.
Yep.
And like I said, you see that gas mask, see the heart. Then you see her kind of like wrapped in chains, like or chains flying around her.
Yep.
Then you see like a Templar shield. Yeah. And then what was that hat?
Was that's the same like color and type of lightning that was shown on the Flash side too?
I wonder if it's because it's showing him going back in time.
He's going through all of their shit?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Trying to find a solid place to go back and be like, hey, like we saw part of it in Superman, or Batman vs. Superman, where he goes back in time and he's like, hey, you were right about him all along. And he's like, oh, crap.
Lois is the key.
Yeah. And he's like, am I too early? Or am I... Yeah, he's like, yes, I'm too early, or too late, or whatever it is. So I think he's literally just going back in time trying to find each member of the Justice League and be like, hey, we need to figure out a way to avoid this before it happens.
Okay. And what were you saying about Wonder Woman? Another part of the...
Oh, like that hat right after the... I mean, it could be completely insignificant, but there's like a hat right next to that shield.
Are you talking about the helmet? Or is there another hat?
There was like a hat, like a dad hat.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
We'll have to go back over it again on our own time, but... Yeah, it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, I didn't know if it was significant or not. It could have just been, like, set dressing. So, and then after that, was Wonder Woman the last one on there?
Cyborg.
Cyborg was the first.
Batman was the second.
Yes.
Flash, then Aquaman, then Superman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still hate the fact that we didn't get 7 Justice League members in this movie. I'm wondering...
Is that the cameo he's talking about at the end? Because he said there's going to be a huge superhero cameo at the end.
If so, I feel like we already... almost know who it is.
It's either Green Lantern or Martian Manhunter.
Yes, especially because we've already been spoiled on the Martian Manhunter part.
Yes.
And I believe at one point there was a scene shot with 2 Green Lanterns, but not the Green Lantern.
Okay.
With Kilowog and I can't remember the other Green Lantern. Basically, like coming down to Earth, and I think they're looking for the other Green Lantern.
Oh.
So, but I think they find Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
So I'm curious how that'll play out. I just remember that being a rumor when the first Justice League came out.
And it sucks that it's going to end on some sort of cliffhanger because we're not going to get a second one.
It is depressing.
Yes.
It's very depressing. So, I don't know. I can always wish and hope that retroactively they'll get their heads out of their asses. I think Zack Snyder's too jaded at this point, though. I think he himself wouldn't want to come back and work for the company.
I wouldn't either. I don't know if you guys read the article that was I think it was Variety. A bunch of different places dropped it, but yeah, he got screwed.
Yes,
majorly.
He going through loss of a family member is already hard enough. Losing your child would be a nightmare.
Yeah, especially the way it happened.
Yes, and then to lose your child and then be pushed off a project that you've put blood, sweat, and tears into for the last 6-7 years, literally since Man of Steel, pretty much.
Soul crushing.
And then being brushed under the rug and having half or more of your work deleted is like an extra slap in the face.
Yeah.
So this is a nice little bit of redemption, but while I want him to come back and make more, I also kind of want him to just put up the middle finger and walk away.
Yeah, because, you can tell he's putting his all into this based on the article. He's not getting paid for it. He's doing it for free. He's really just doing everything he wants to. And I think that's one of the main reasons why they let him do it, because he's not getting paid.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But
if not the reason.
Oh, yeah. And I'm happy he's getting to kind of throw out all of his cards at once.
Yeah.
Which makes me at least a little bit more happy. And now we'll touch on the part of the Jesus Joker, because
Yeah.
this is one of like the extra dashes he gets.
Yeah, and Zack Snyder again with the religious imagery he likes to do. There's a picture of Jared Leto that dropped, and he's in the pose. He has his arms out. He's looking up, and he has a crown of thorns on.
Yes. Really curious if that'll be in the movie, or if that was just like a, hey, like this is something we filmed because like this is the kind of message I'm trying to get across with this character.
The one thing I thought of is maybe when like Batman first sees Joker, Joker has those quick flashes, and he changes into different things. And that's
Okay.
one of the things he changes, or something like that. But he's still wearing that like gown or whatever, and he has that surgical mask hanging from his neck. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Because in those first 2 pictures that were dropped, there was no crown of thorns, correct?
There was no crown of thorns, but he was wearing the same
Yeah.
clothes and the gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's like one of those like psychotic, like psychosis, like flashing moments
Mm-hmm.
where it like just like comes in and out.
Yeah.
That would be kind of intense.
Yeah.
Um,
It makes me excited.
Oh yeah, this is what I wish they would have like just kept him as like the overseer of everything, because then we wouldn't have got fucking tattooed Joker, and maybe a better Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, because I'm still convinced this is the Joker that he wanted from the start.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It's too late to change the past.
Yep.
Unless we can employ a real Flash.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll probably be it for this video. My name is Anthony Stevens.
Damian Leba.
And if you like this video, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like and comment and subscribing to our YouTube channel, it would really help us out. And then follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at ThwakJak Productions. And watch our podcast, Super Thwack, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.